Bezos!
Fuck Jeff Bezos!
Fuck Jeff Bezos!
Fuck Jeff Bezos!
Tax Jeff Bezos!
Tax Jeff Bezos!
Tax Jeff Bezos!
Tax Jeff Bezos!
Richest man in the world. How you making your money?
Who run this town?
We run this town!
Who shut shit down?
We shut shit down!
Who shut shit down?
We shut shit down!
Who run this town?
We run this town!
Who run this town?
We run this town!
I started crying in HR, and so it was at the end of the shift, and so they gave me 15 minutes of paid time off so I could go home. And they said, we're so sorry.
If we don't get it,
Shut it down!
by the time we don't get it,
Shut it down!
To work at Amazon. Oh,
Ain't no way to work at Amazon. Ain't no safe way to work at Amazon.
ain't no safe way to work at Amazon. Ain't no safe way to work at Amazon.
last week, tornadoes hit Kentucky like bombs. The corporations are doing this. Amazon puts 1 million metric tons of CO2 into the air every week, the most of any corporation in the world. 100 jets, 30,000 delivery trucks. They just keep poisoning us. It's the unions that will stop that.
We understand across the labor movement that we need Amazon workers unionized all across this country. That's why we're here. We're here to send a message of solidarity because we understand organized labor, the right to unionize, is the right to have a safe workplace. We understand the right to unionize is a right for Maddie to understand that she can't be harassed in her workplace because she belongs to a union shop. That's what this is about. This is about a safe workplace. This is about equal pay. It don't matter whether you like me. It don't matter whether I'm black, white, or female. That I have union protection. And when I come to work, you can't discriminate because I don't go along with your plan.
We've done a lot, we've achieved a lot, we've had a lot of victories, but unfortunately we lost some of our brothers and sisters along the way. As Chris mentioned, the workers in Edwardsville, the worker at our warehouse who was hit by the car, and all the workers who lost their lives to COVID. They won't even tell us how many of those there are. They won't tell us how many cases there are. They don't tell us anything. And honestly, that's just the way it is at Amazon. When a worker dies, there's no vigil, there's no moment of silence. They sweep it under the rug. It never happened.
I want to remember the worker that lost her life crossing the street on her lunch break at JFK in Staten Island. 24-year-old woman, 11:30 at night, I believe it was a Saturday. 6 seconds of moment of silence. Plus 1, let's make it 7. For the people that lost their lives in the last month. We have one tragedy at JFK. A 24-year-old woman literally died 2 weeks before Edwardsville, right in front of where we set up our union tent. So we're going to have 7 seconds of moment of silence for these victims.
It's very unsafe in there. There are workplace injuries every day. I've met people who have gotten broken bones on the work at the job, and Amazon won't send them home because they don't have enough UPT or PTO left. So they just like have to keep working basically with broken bones. They're making workers, come into work right now, like even if they have COVID or even if they are showing symptoms, because they've, supposedly used up too much unpaid time off. They won't even give people unpaid time off in a pandemic, or else like they will get fired. Jeff Bezos rides his penis-shaped rocket into space, right? While we're sending out the boxes that make him his profits. The workers are the reason that Amazon is one of the most profitable countries. Sorry, they want to be a country. The most profitable company, one of the most profitable companies in the world, and why Jeff Bezos is the second richest man in the world. And we work a hell of a lot harder than he does every single day. And the only reason that he's a billionaire is because he steals our money.
He's suspended for the duration of the investigation. I was actually just notified a couple days ago that they finished the investigation, but of course they did not. They said that they could not tell me what happened to the other parties involved. So I don't actually know if he was fired or if he's coming back to work. I know that for now he's suspended, and I'm guessing he was probably fired because of the union's push for them to deal with it properly, but I don't actually know if he's going to come back. It wasn't until the union stepped in that something finally happened. And Chris and some of the other people in the union, they started protesting outside of my building, demanding that they address the sexual harassment allegations properly. Finally, someone from my building admitted that it was their responsibility. And then they told me it was very unlikely that he was going to be suspended because there was no immediate threat to my bodily harm. Shame! Come on! I told them, he's continuing to harass us. I cannot work. I have to be here talking to you instead of doing my job. And I keep looking over my shoulder, waiting for him to pop up where I'm supposed to be working. I am afraid to come to work. And they did not care at all. That's exactly why we need a union, of course. And when I started talking to my other coworkers about the situation, I found out that there were other people who were reported for harassment who were still walking around the building. I know of at least 2 other people who were reported for harassment still walking around my building.
We were approached by 6 NYPD cops. And one of the lieutenants showed me their phone, and on his phone it said my name, and it said 4 to 5 people protest outside of Amazon. You know, I was confused because we weren't protesting. We've been there several months. They know that. They knew my name. They came over there. They said my name. They wanted us to put out our fire to keep warm, and they wanted us to take down our union tent. We agreed to put out the fire. When it came to the union tent, I said, you're going to have to arrest me.
So you can see at the end of the video, literally, it cuts off because they shoved me into the bus stop. So yeah, they tried, you know, they took me in, held me in the holding cell for a couple hours, and then literally when a journalist from Status Coup, Jordan Cheriton, when he called the NYPD, they said they never arrested any of us.
They summoned both of us to go to court. We went to court. All the charges are dropped. They didn't even put the charges in the system. This tells me that, all in all, that Amazon was behind the whole thing. They had no reason to accost us, no reason to approach us, no reason to arrest Brett illegally.
They forced us to pick up items that could weigh up to 50 pounds. Pick at a rate of 9 seconds. And pick up to 400 items an hour in the also stations and 275 items an hour in Universal stations. But guess what, folks? Amazon, in a month ago, and take note, media, they took down the thermal screens. So whoever works in Amazon could have flu-like symptoms and could enter to work like nothing happens. And we receive daily COVID-19 notifications that in the past 4 days has been more than 5 cases.